You know we gonna get you back on the set. You know we gonna get you back on the set without doubt, man. I hope you're sticking around tonight. We got a nice sit down with an MC. Got a lot to say. MJMG, what's going on? And I want to send a big shout out to everybody on the app. I know you missed us for a few shows. We were working out some technical difficulties, but we are back on the set. Mac Drama, I see you. So salute to everybody out there on the app. Especially I can't miss. Shout out to everybody in the Philippines that be showing us love out there. Much love to y'all. But we got everything going. So you're gonna be in for a really dope show. Really dope show. I know a lot of our recent sit downs. We've been sitting down with a lot of legacy acts. But today we sitting with some fresh breath of fresh air, lyricism, concept. This individual, I don't even want to do too much. I don't even want to do too much too early, because we're gonna chop it up. And we're gonna get to what makes this individual tick. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, if you did not read the caption, if you didn't see the promo, he goes by Almight-E. And that's a really powerful name to live up to. And I bet you every sense of the word is this man's attribute. But in the meantime, we're gonna give y'all something to listen to vibe to. So we're gonna go into a video clip real quick. It's called Make 'Em Bow. This is off a project right now. If you ain't tapped in with the brother, you might want to tap in ASAP, all right? And then after this interview, after this sit down, you're going to want to tap in even further. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into this real quick, and we're going to bring the brother back on the set. So check it out, y'all. This is Make 'Em Bow. This is Almight-E. Check it out.
How you think you making moves by hanging around some dummies? Type of niggas that'll do anything for some money. Hey, I heard them boys took out your little partner. He had it coming, always talking about some 100 bills, but can't keep it 100. I don't know too many real niggas. I heard that shit funny. While you all on my tip, these niggas act like Lauren London. I pray don't have to shoot one you niggas up in your stomach. Let's just keep this shit at rap, for I rap you niggas like mummies. Yeah, that's if I was on demon time like y'all, but I'm a god, nigga, so I'ma keep it at that. Look, hey, I'm careful on what I'm attracting. My words is a magnet. I get on the beat, I attack it. I might need to go international, build me a castle, and don't have to worry about tax. I'm raising my status, no top enough static. I stopped smoking green, but I still need the cabbage. I'm moving on up, no, you can't get my addy. My woman, I big, but she still got a fatty. I don't do beef unless I'm flipping a patty. I come through the valley, not scared of an alley. I'm turned like a rally, I'm up in the score, I'ma keep me a tally. I'm hot like loaded fries from rally, sauced up like a bowl of salad. Yes, I always keep my balance. A soldier boy hit the pool palace. Ooh. Let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, hey, bow, 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 bitch, I'm turned without a crowd, bow, 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 you can never turn me down, hey, make them bow to me, flow sound like the Nile River, got a different style, hot and mild, bitch, I'm proud, listen now, keep it down, I'm a king, different crown, every time you see me round, show respect or keep them round, nah, oh boy, bring that shit back, huh? Let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, hey, bow, 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 bitch, I'm turned without a crowd, bow, 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 you can never turn me down, hey, let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, oh, let me get him, hey, bow, 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 bitch, I'm turned without a crowd, bow, 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 you can never turn me down, hey.
That one right there, you can't help but rock out to that. You can't help but bounce to that. But without further ado, y'all, like I always say, time is money, and we don't waste any cash around here. This individual is hailing out of St. Louis. You heard the lyrics yourself. The brother brings lyricism, concept. You know, when I was reading about the brother and the word consciousness came up, and I think it's even beyond consciousness. You know, when a brother is at peace with himself, when he knows the development and mathematics of life, everything goes in accordance, and I think he delivers that, and is not only in his presence but in his music. So without further ado, let's bring on Almight-E to the set.
Hey, what it do, family?
What's good? How you feeling? How you feeling first and foremost?
Man, I'm feeling alive. You hear me? I'm feeling alive and I'm feeling blessed. No complaints these ways. How about you, my brother?
Oh man, same thing, man. I woke up this morning, had my breath for fresh air. It's another day to achieve whatever I got, so I have no complaints on that side, man. So I'm gonna say it's, you know, Mac Drama, which we all know Mac Drama hasn't really been excited about a lot of artists as of lately, right? He hasn't, you know, I've been speaking to him and he kind of been on the fence, like, man, I don't know, man, these artists, blah, blah, blah. And then one day he's like, Spud, got one, man, I'm telling you, man. And to hear his excitement was kind of shocking because he sounded like he was transitioning to, I don't know, something else in business, but it was good to see that he, you know. So my question to you is, before we get into the whole 1017 situation, let's talk a little about you, man. What got you into this art of yours?
Yeah, man. Well, first let me say shout out to the 1017 squad, Mac, what it do? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I've been into music basically like everybody say my whole life, as far as I always was attracted to, you know what I'm saying, lyricism. Like when I was like 8, 7, I remember used to be listening to Tupac, you know what I'm saying, shed so many tears and just seeing how deep he used to be, you know what I'm saying? But I never thought about doing music though. So, you know, growing up, me and my peoples, my cousins, you know, we'd be listening to music and then we'd just start freestyling, you know what I'm saying, just playing around. Didn't think too much of it, man. I had went to Lincoln University in Jefferson City, Missouri.
Okay.
I had went to college. I had met a producer. He was just starting out producing, you know what I'm saying, and he was just making beats and stuff like that. And you know me, I love hearing beats, so you know I start spitting, and he say, "Bro, you actually kind of decent, like you different. You need to actually try to, you know, actually do this for real." And I'm like, "What you mean?" He like, "Man, you need to start writing music and see what you could do." I'm like, "For real?" He like, "Yeah, man." So man, after that, I just started writing, and like that was like I never wrote before, you know what I'm saying? So when I actually started writing, I developed like a love for it. I'm like, damn, I can create something from nothing and create a whole masterpiece. So from then, I just fell in love with music, man. And ever since then, I just been perfecting my craft, you know what I'm saying? And I always been kind of like spiritual and, you know what I'm saying, always trying to learn and studious and stuff like that. So I just tried to incorporate.
Nice.
Yes,
I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna ask you about, you know, I'm not trying to just lock it into just spiritualism. I think it's a lot more than that. But with your lyricism, was it always that easy to combine the two into your art?
Well, in a sense, yes, because I always been articulate with how I speak. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I always was, you know what I'm saying? I was a straight A student. You know, I was always studying. My father was a big influence on me, so he always instilled knowledge. He used to have me reading before I could even go outside in the summertime. I had to call him and tell him what I read. He used to have me reading books like the Book of Enoch and all that type of stuff. So yeah, so like I always been heavily influenced to be, you know what I'm saying, to expand my thoughts. So as far as writing, it really wasn't that hard really to incorporate it, because not only was I a studious person, but I was also a laid back, cool, humorous person. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing for me to combine just my personality with the music. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. So in your travels, you know, you wrote that record, you was getting into the midst of it all. You know, what was the hardships and development that kind of made you who you are today in your plight to where, and we're gonna get to that, where we are right now?
Man, really, it was when I started going into review shows and they was letting me know, bruh, this ain't it. This ain't it, bruh. You need to like your mixing ass, your flow ain't there, your delivery don't sound believable. Even though my bars always kind of been there, but just like how I come presented, it wasn't there. So me being a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no, I didn't get mad. It just made me want to go hard. So I started studying. I started going on YouTube, learning how to mix. I started really paying attention to certain artists and see how they deliver and stuff like that. And I just studied my craft. You know what I'm saying? And it just pushed me, just pushed me.
That's dope. We have a lot of artists that's on right now, and artists are gonna see this. And criticism on their art is very difficult to take. You know, we do shows, and sometimes people will be like, "Nah, that's chorus ain't it." How important, not just for you, but you think for artists, having that outside criticism is to your growth?
Man, it's very important because, you know, sometimes people see things that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, when somebody telling you something, yeah, you can get offended by it, but the point of doing this is to grow. You know what I'm saying? You want to grow. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing something and you know something that can help me grow, then let me know. I think most artists' problems be that, you know, sometimes people will give them criticism in a way that don't sound that good. They might come off a little rude, so people just get offended.
Yeah.
But even with that though, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you gotta, you know, take what you take out of it and leave the rest. So if you telling me something that I can improve on, I do want to improve, so let me improve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So in the improvement and after the shows and you working on your penmanship and the way you put things together, right? When was that moment that you was like, I'm nice. I'm nice. I got it. I'm that dude.
When was that moment? Let me see. Cause I've been doing this for a minute. Like I said, it was since 2015. When was that moment? It's hard for me to say when, because it kind of like gradually happened. But like honestly, I think once I won my first competition, I had won like $500 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was going against rappers, singers, people that was dancing. Like it was just like whatever they craft was.
Okay.
And I won amongst comedians. You know what I'm saying? So when I won amongst all of them, it lets me know. And like people, like first they tried to say it was a tie between me and a comedian. But they was like, no, fuck that. Give it to Almighty. He need that. So when they said that, I started thinking like, damn, I must be pretty nice then. And then just everybody just, you know, giving me, you know, praising me and just telling me how different and unique I am. You know, I just started realizing like, damn, I'm different. And then really just once I started realizing my style was different than a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So I started realizing like, man, I'm unique. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? So I just start, you know what I'm saying, owning that. Like, man, I'm Almighty. You know what I'm talking about?
And was that the birth of the name? Because that's what I was leading to. How the name come?
Okay, so and first my original name used to be Almighty Rasta King, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Rasta King. So I don't know, like I always felt like I was connected to the divine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like God is within. So what other name fit a divine person like Almighty? You know what I'm saying? So then I had Rasta King because I used to have locks. I was in the kind of Rastafari a little bit. I used to dabble in that.
Okay.
So I was like, you know, Almighty Rasta and then King, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of combined it. But then, you know, the Rasta King was getting people confused. They thought I was like a reggae artist and stuff like that a lot of the time. So I was like, you know what? I ain't trying to confuse the people, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of marketing a little bit. So let me take off the Rasta part and just keep the Almighty. And then my real name is Elvin. So that's why I spelled it like Almight-E. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it fit me more. You know what I'm saying?
The play on that. Got you. Yes, so
sir.
you won your battle. You won the 500. You feeling the victory. You're like, yo, I did that. I pulled that off. Was there a moment from that moment of winning to any time where you got in your own way? Whether you didn't grow or you felt too big-headed and you got in, and what did you do to overcome or pass that?
Yeah, man, I done had a lot of ups and downs. Like especially, I would say for real, the getting big-headed part. That's what kind of humbled me because I start feeling myself a little too much and I wasn't there all the way yet. So I used to get offended if somebody didn't like my music or something like, hold on, how could you not like my stuff? You know what I'm saying? But then it made me realize like, bro, if you get this big-headed, you ain't gonna grow no more. You gotta always leave room to grow. You know what I'm saying? So once I started realizing that, I had to step back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Realize that it's always room for improvement. No matter how good you think you are, it's always somebody better than you. It's always somebody that probably got better bars than you. You know what I'm saying? So just appreciate where you at, but don't look down on other artists. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yes, sir. So yeah,
You
so
you
now I'm cooling.
you present yourself very well, very articulate, and you seem like you got your head on straight. Was the business aspect ever an issue for you, or you always had the commons information to get or maneuver in this thing of business?
Well, nah, it's been most definitely a learning process. I ain't gonna lie. One of my homeboys, his name Carl Mack, he go by Reckless. He a producer. He really helped me a lot with the business aspect when I first started. He helped me to get like verified on Google and stuff like that. Like he just really taught me a lot when it comes to came to the business, because I ain't know nothing about it. Like I was just all about the music part, but he was always about the business part. So he kind of really, you know what I'm saying, got me on board with making sure I got my paperwork right. You know what I'm saying? I got my I'm registered as an artist and all that. Like he taught me all that. You know what I'm saying? Then from there I just start building and making sure I research. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, most definitely. Did you always have a team, or you kind of was figuring this out step by step?
Well, it was a point in time I had a team, we had a group, we was called Do It Live. You know what I'm saying? So it was about 5 of us. But you know, we kind of went our separate ways, you know, and we didn't have like no management or nothing, so everybody kind of did their own thing. And that was like 3-4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And after that, I just been solo dolo. I've been recording myself, videographer, with the camera. Just really doing everything solo, marketing myself. I start making merch. I got merch now, you know what I'm saying? So I start creating my own merch, pressing my own shirts and stuff.
Nice.
Just doing it all by myself. But it was getting hard, man. I'm like, man, I can't do it all by myself. I thought I could, but I'm like, nah, man, I can't do it all by myself.
Wait. I love the fact that you brought that up, because we speak about that a lot on many of our shows about having a team and developing team and all that. And when you was in search of putting together a team, what was some of the importance or important things that you were looking for as attributes for the team that you wanted around you?
Yeah. So of course I want my team to be, people that's first that got good energy. You know what I'm saying? People that's trying to see each other grow, not trying to hate on each other. You know what I'm saying? We all a team, so we got a common goal. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no like I'm the star and all this stuff. Like, no, we all got our respectful positions and we all trying to work for a common goal. So I wanted people that had those type of qualities that don't feel like they too good for the team. You know what I'm saying? That feel like they don't got to put in no work. People that's actually trying to put in that work, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? And really, like I said, people that can handle business, but also, like I said, got a good heart, man. Like that mean a lot to me. I need people around me that got a good heart, because I don't want to be around people that's gonna backstab me. You know what I'm saying? When things get hard, they don't want the whole day end up. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to, you know what I'm saying, thrive together. So that's what I look for, like a family. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be like a family, like a good family, a healthy relationship, not the toxic
not
shit
the toxic
we know about,
one.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
we don't need that around us. We don't need that around
man,
us.
I just want that family orientation.
You said something that, as subtle as it was, is as powerful as it is. You said, I thought I could do this by myself. Could do this by myself. And in your travels, in the development of who you are, when was that actual breaking point, or not even breaking point? When was that point of transition that he was like, you know what, it's most definitely time to intervene with others and grow this thing that I got?
Really, it was last year. I started realizing, because I was looking at other artists who was kind of like independent or whatever, but I started seeing that even though they was independent, they still had a team. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I seen how further they would, like how, you know what I'm saying, how quicker they was moving in certain directions than me. And I'm like, damn, I'm just as good as them. Why the fuck ain't I doing what I need to be doing? But that's because I ain't had no help. And I start realizing, like, man, like, don't think you too good to get help, bro. Like, it's okay to have people helping you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be helping them, they going to be helping you. And it takes some of the weight off of you so you can focus more on what you need to be focused on.
Yes.
And that's what I realized. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to do this music and stuff and all that, I can't be every position because then I'm not gonna give 100%. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true indeed. That's true indeed. And that's a good way to put it. So that way people can have a perspective of how to balance that. How to balance that. For those that are just checking in, whether you on the app, salute to you, or you're on Instagram, we're sitting here with Almight-E. He is the new member of the 1017 Brick Squad.
Why?
So shout out to the squad and shout out to you. Now, all right, so you said about a year ago you was prepared for the team, right? Was there ever that moment that you hit that hardship or that hump or that block road and you ever question like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? And if you did face that, what was that push that got you over that even concept or thought?
Man, I didn't face that a couple times, but really last year was really like that peak of everything like crashing down on me, like even with just my life period. So, you know, I was like, man, I'm not a quitter. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about giving up as far as like, man, like it seemed like it ain't going nowhere. I'm getting older. I'm 34. You know what I'm saying? So self-doubt start creeping in, trying to lie to me. Like, man, you getting older. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're going to do this. Stuff ain't moving how it needs to move. You need to probably just do something else. Because what if I don't crack off? You just had a son. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about your family. You can't just be chasing no pipe dream and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just start thinking about that. But then, you know, the Most High speaking to me, I'm saying little signs. He like, man, hey, I told you I got you. You know what I'm saying? So keep your faith in me, keep your faith in yourself, and know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay attention to them negative thoughts, because thoughts gonna come and go. But just know who you are and stand firm in that. So then what I did, you see this board up here?
Yes, sir.
This was my manifestation board.
I love it.
Got me a manifestation board. I started writing down what I'm gonna manifest within the years to come, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking at it every day. I was telling myself, like, dude, you got this. I had quit my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know what? I'm finna go out on faith. The Most High say he got me. I quit my job. I've been out of job for like a year and a half, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? But I still been making a way. The Most High been making a way. And he been showing me step by step, like, bro, I got you. Just long as you do what you supposed to do, I got you, because you done put in your hours, your 10,000 hours, bro. So it's inevitable. So that's when I started realizing, like, bro, if you do what you got to do, it's inevitable for it to work out for you. Stay
That's
consistent.
what's up.
Yes, sir.
You said something powerful, and I completely get that, because there was a time where I had to do that to make everything happen around me, and I was working, and I was like, I gotta get out of this job. I made them fire me. I was like stealing and all this stuff. Like I needed to go. But you said it. You was like, yo, I quit my job. Could you talk a little about the why and what having the job compared to not having the job allowed you to do? Because it's real subtle. It's real subtle when you say, yeah, I quit my job, but there's a power in that. And I want the viewers to understand where you was mentally and what that did for you.
Man, yeah, that was a big chapter right there, because at the time that I quit my job, my son was just born. You know what I'm saying? My son was just born. So it was like, man, I had so much pressure on me. And I was like, man, Most High, you serious? You really think I should just go and just let this go? He like, bro, this ain't for you. Like, you in here too much. You can't focus on what you need to focus on. So I said, all right. And look, at that time, I wasn't even smoking or nothing. I still don't smoke right now, but I had started back smoking. As soon as I quit my job that same day, I went to the dispensary and got me some ganja, because I was like, I don't know what I'm finna do. You know what I'm saying? So I had blew one down. I'm like, man, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Something in me just told me, just take it day by day, bro. Just take it day by day. And it was plenty, like, even now, sometimes I get to a point where, like, man, I don't know, Most High. Do I need to go back to one? Like, what's up? But he'd do something to happen where it's like, I told you I got you. And once I start seeing that pattern of I told you I got you, I just start letting go and just start trusting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I respect that. I see you have a real powerful connection and understanding of faith and what that means to you. How important is that not just to your music but to your life, and how do you maintain that? Because there's so much elements and things that can target that. There's so many things that you could question, like, man, do I need to be keep doing? So how do you keep that nourished?
Well, I gotta give props to my mother and my father. Like my mom, she's an evangelist. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, he was just a thoroughbred that always did his studies. So they always instilled it in me as a child. So, they say, teach your child where to go and they'll never depart from it, right? So my mama always instilled that in me to, you know what I'm saying, to have that faith, to know who you are. So anytime I have that one side of my doubt, I heard my mama voice or I heard my father voice, like, nah, you know who you is, you know what I'm saying? You know who you are. And then I just hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? I hold on to that, man. And my mom and them, bless them, man. They always lifted me up. They always let me know you got this. You can do anything you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm real big on, like, affirmation, speaking life into yourself all the time, because the more you do that, the more you ingrain it in your subconscious. When stuff do come, you might waver a little bit, but you ain't gonna fall. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I love that. And shout out to mom and dad. Shout out to the old earth, man, and the pop. Salute to them for installing that and giving you some of the things, the elements that you could nourish to keep going. So just a year ago, there was moments where you questioned, what you were gonna do, and now today you sit before us and you got a nice team. Not only do you got a team, now you're part of the 1017 Brick Squad. Now, could you talk a little bit about the transition of getting into that situation and then securing the situation, and then after? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. Now, first of all, my brother OG, he found me on Clubhouse, right?
Okay.
I used to be on Clubhouse a lot. And he came in there one day, I had sent a song, and he was like, damn, who is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to see who that is. And we start chopping it up. Now, out the rip, OG, had great energy. You know what I'm saying? He a Capricorn like me, so he good with his words and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we most definitely connected like real quick. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about a lot of stuff. He was real transparent with me. He made me feel real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He called me every day. You know what I'm saying? Checking up on me, making sure I'm good. So just seeing that type of stuff, it made me like, And then I started, he introduced me to Queen Breezy. You know what I'm saying? That's on the label. So I started chopping it up with her a little bit, saying, how she feel about it since she signed. She told me she loving it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And yeah, he just had a lot of grace with me. He told me, like, bro, I see a lot of good in you. I want to work with you. Let's do this business. So I ain't gonna lie though, I was nervous. I was real nervous. It took us a lot of negotiation for us to get to this, because I was real skeptical. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I don't know, man, because I'm like, man, I don't know. Because even though I wanted a team, it was like, for some reason, when the opportunity presented itself, I got fearful a little bit, because I'm like, damn, all this time I've been manifesting this, and now that it's here, now I'm scared. So it was messing me up, man. I was scared. I'm like, damn, like, what am I gonna do? Because what about this a bad decision and shit like that? So the doubts start coming back again.
You know how that goes.
Yes.
You know
what I'm saying? So I had to quiet my mind, man. I had to get off social media. I was off social media for like 2 months. Like this whole time we've been negotiating.
You need a time out. Like, hold on. I need everything to slow down.
So you heard that? I was on social media. I got off social media for like 2 months. During that time, because I was like, man, I really need to figure out if this the route I need to go. But the more I talked to OG, the more he made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He was working with me. Our negotiations was good. The contract was good. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just walk out on faith again. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be fearful. Can't have that fear in my heart, because obviously the Most High is doing what he said he was going to do. And don't be afraid now that it's in my face.
There you go.
You know
Most definite. Yeah. You said, I was a little skeptical, had a little fear in the situation. What and I know as an independent artist, there's so many different things, especially when it's go time. Like, we spend a lot of time wanting to get on the basketball court. We spend a lot of time, we take 1,000 shots, we do it, and then they be like, you win, and you like, oh, okay.
Oh shit, it's time now.
It's time now. What was that concern or fear, especially as an artist coming up, taking the journey that you have, being a part of a group, going independent, quitting your job, still on the fence of what you want to do? What was that fear?
It was like, damn, am I gonna lose myself? Like, if I get in this limelight, am I really ready for this?
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about if I don't succeed? And like, I don't know, it was just like, and then what about if, like, even just think about, the rumors you hear about the industry and how wicked the industry could be and all that stuff. I start thinking about that. I'm like, man, I just start getting fearful, man. I'm like, man, what am I getting myself into, man? Because now it's here. All this stuff I've been hearing, now I'm finna find out for myself now. Am I ready for this? And, just stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But I told myself, like, man, it can't be no fear in your heart. You know who you are. You ain't gonna get influenced by something you don't need to be influenced by. Just know who you are and stand on that. And know how to maneuver in whatever situation you get in. And
Know how to maneuver. I really like that. And those fears are common. Those are common fears. But one thing I would like to say to you is, a lot of independent artists, when they get into that situation, and this is to show more of your character, right? The first thing they think is, oh man, I'm gonna get robbed, or I'm gonna owe my masters. And the first thing you said to me was, am I gonna lose myself? And that just shows how in depth you are with your being and who you are, and importance as a person and an individual. And that's real commendable, especially in this day and age with everything. In the same process of all that, you said, I had to 2 months, I cut social media out the picture. 2 months it was out of here. How influential is that into your doubt or your motivation with social media? Because I don't think people understand how powerful it is, negative and positive, like on the both scales. But how was that affecting you that much where you was like, you know what, I need a break?
It actually was a good thing because, as you know, sometimes we get overwhelmed with social media, you know what I'm saying, with all the stuff going on. So I actually needed that break. And then not only that, I looked at it as, okay, this would give people a time to miss me. Like, damn, where the hell Almighty been at? You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. People was hitting me in my inbox like, damn, just doing a wellness check on you, making sure you're good, because we ain't seen you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that's what I want. Because now when I come back, if I'm signed, they going to say, oh, that's what he been doing. He been handling business.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah. So I kind of had a strategy for that.
I like that. With that being said, y'all, we gonna go into the song Call It How I See It, because this brother been calling it all day. So check this out, and we're gonna be right back with Almighty, y'all.
Tell y'all how I got away with this shit. What's on my agenda? Getting richer. I'm a bald nigga. Still got this on lock like a dreadhead with some long twisties. I'ma run this shit for a while, cause I'm long with it. Solid as a rock since a child, cause my bones different. Hot, hot, hot. What I hear when my name mentioned. Had to let some women go. I realized I can't change bitches. I'ma start changing that word when these hoes change with it. Normally rap by kings and queens. Guess I'm kinda lame switching. Oh, ha. Fuck it, call it how I see it. If it walk like and talk like a duck, that's what it is. Yeah, I normally uplift you, but today I'm talking shit. Okay, here's some words of wisdom, please. Take care of your kids, shit. Work out like Wiz did. Handle your business. You stuck up, don't fuck up, just hush up and listen. Niggas act like drama queens too, I call them Lindsay. Low hands, she use no hands when she kiss it. Oh, bitch, I'm hot, 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 I'm on fire. In a copper drop top, pull it out the lot. Telling me I'm not hot, bitch, that's a lie. I'm popping like a hot pocket in a pot. I'm a bad man, I be spazzing on Allah. It's no capping, I don't tap dance when I walk. Need a CAT scan, check my organs, how I talk. I just play the game, I don't forfeit, it ain't a loss. Yeah, I'm hot as hell, I'm still gon' keep it cool. Never see me crash out, never been a fool. I handle my business, need a business suit. On this Memphis beat, but bitch, I'm from the Lou. Trying to stack these meals and I ain't talking soup. I don't like the gossip, I got shit to do. Ask me if I'm real, bitch, you see the proof. I got sex appeal, she always in the mood. Call me Mr. Bean, I ain't got none to lose. You think you a bully, I know what to do with a dog on the loose. Hey.
All right, y'all. Let's bring our guests back. The chat is feeling that. Why SYFM said, "Who's that? Who's that? This is the man of the hour. This is Almight-E, repping the 1017 Brick Squad signee." Now, OG Mac,
Almight-E.
Almight-E. That's right, Almight-E.
Yes, sir.
So Mac Drama said in here, he said, "Yo, this man knows how to negotiate a deal. You know, he went toe to toe with me. Matter of fact, he's the first one." The first one. Now, when you was going to this, I know you had a lot of concerns, a lot of fears. And did you know what you wanted out of this situation?
I knew what I didn't want. I'll tell you that.
I did. I feel that. I
You know
feel
what I'm
that.
saying?
That makes it a lot easier, right?
Yeah, I know what I didn't want. So shit, I just went that route. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? These are my concerns. And I want to make sure I'm secure and I'm safe. That's more so what it was. I just wanted to protect myself as a person, as an artist. And everything else we'd be cool with. You know, I'm a fair person. I ain't trying to get over on nobody. I just want to make sure I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically was it. I was just trying to make sure I was cool. You know
I respect
what I'm
that.
saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Now, were you fearful in addressing the things that you didn't want to occur?
not at all.
Not at all.
Because
Not at all.
in my mind, this was another part of what the Most High was going to allow. So I know what it is I'm trying to do. And if it's meant for me, it's going to happen. If it ain't meant for me, that means it, you know what I'm saying? If it's a problem, then that means it wasn't meant for me. That's how I was looking at that. Because I know where I stand and I stand on that. You know what I'm saying?
I
I got
respect
principles, I got morals, I got certain things that I go by, and nothing can waver that. So I went in honest, you know what I'm saying, let him know where my head at, and he was messing with it, he agreed, and then that's how we came to where we came.
That's how you came to it. I came to it.
Yeah.
Now, as an artist, you know, we put out music, we fantasize, or we daydream about getting the deal. When you finally signed that ink, and I see that smile. Just share what that meant for you as a creative, as an MC, as a lyricist, whatever you want to chuck it up to. Tell that moment.
Man, it kind of felt unreal. I ain't gonna fake it. It felt kind of unreal because I realized, like, damn, like, I did this. Like, I actually created the life that I said I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I put in the work. You know, I had faith and I stood behind what I need to stand behind, and it presented itself for me. So it's like, it's crazy though, because I had so much joy inside, but I didn't really show it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, sometimes it's like, I like when certain things happen, I don't even like to celebrate it. I just embrace it a different way. Just say, okay, it's here, now it's time to handle business. That's kind of how I'm thinking now. It's like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm excited, but now it's time for business now. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of, it's time for business. Now that that's done, like Mac Drama said, you know, it took several months to get this squared off. Y'all worked that out. Now y'all got to that point. What's in it? What's next? What's the next moves for you?
Well, I gotta find me a single, whichever single that I want to do. I gotta make sure that I know the direction I'm trying to go with my music, so I can actually find my core audience and target that audience, and really just stay diligent in how I move and stay consistent, and man, and let the world know what they got coming. You know what I'm talking about? Because they got something coming. So right now, I'm finna just go full-fledged. Like, I ain't holding back nothing. Like, I feel like my confidence then went up another couple notches now. So now it's like, I'm not finna hold back. I'm finna be authentically me. I'm not worried about what other artists out there. I'm finna just focus solely on what I got going on and the team around me. And man, y'all finna see. You hear me?
He said, "Oh man,
Man, y'all finna see."
I love it,
man.
I love it."
Hey, I do want to say this though, because when you played that song, it made me think about, you know what I'm saying, the direction I went with that whole little EP from the Make It Bow and that song and the other 3 songs I got on it. I wanted to, because that EP was called A Night Before Baptism, right?
Mm-hmm.
So normally all my music is way more in depth as far as the conscious, like this real deep, make you thought provoking. But I said, you know what? I want to have a little fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I be so serious all the time and stuff. Like, I wanted to have a little fun before I give y'all this real, like, start taking y'all to church type, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So, because I used to straddle the fence a little bit as far as like where I was trying to go with my music. One moment I'm trying to be all this conscious artist, and then the next moment I'm like, damn, but everybody like the other type of music, you know, the club type music, the music that's gonna get you moving. So how can I incorporate, you know, me speaking some real stuff but still get you moving? So that's what I kind of been battling with for the last couple of years. Like, I want to stay true to me, but I also want to make something catchy. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So yeah, so
You kind of dabbled into my next question I was gonna ask, you know, with how you feel the market of music right now is. Where do you feel you fall into that? Is it a lane you have to create? Is it a lane you could kind of dip and dive out of whenever you feel comfortable? How do you feel about that as an artist, as a signed artist now?
I think my lane, I think actually I'm like gonna be the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like, where, yeah, I'm giving you some deep thought provoking stuff, but it's not gonna be too wooey wooey. It's gonna be like relatable to everybody, but it's gonna be like real bouncy though. Like, you gonna feel it and it's gonna make you want to move. So it's like you can play this in the club. Like, it's gonna be some new type of stuff where it's like you gonna be hearing music in the club where I'm actually building you up, but you turning up to it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the normal, they trying to destroy you and
Yeah.
turn you up. I'm gonna be lifting you up while you turning up.
I
You know
love
what I'm
that.
saying?
That's most
So I
definitely
don't know what
needed.
lane that would be, but you know what I'm saying?
That is most definitely needed. Again, with all the noise and the mess, and like you said, there's a lot of destroying, and you know, there's not a lot of building, which you have to have the opposites of the build and destroy as well. That has to go hand in hand. So most definitely on that. You know, one question we ask everybody on the show, despite the conversations, this is the only question that we ask every individual on the show. And I know you're a young man now, you're still a young man, but if you could take all the information that you have now, all your experience, everything you learned, and turn back to the Almighty, and tell yourself one thing. Tell you, what would that be? If you could go back and gather all out, tell yourself one thing.
Tell myself one thing. What would I tell me from what I accumulated? I guess I would tell me that it's okay to have self-doubt. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to experience all them emotions. Just don't let it consume you to the point where you want to give up. No matter what you do, keep on going, because on the other side of fear is success. You hear me?
That's give and go. That's plain and simple, and words to truly live off of. So now we got the team, we got the movements, we got everything. Is the fears all gone, or do they still have some lingering around into your next steps?
Well, you know, they be trying to peek through the door and see in the window and stuff like that. I'm like, man, go home about the business, man. I don't need you right now. But they be, you know, they be trying to creep in here and there. But honestly, right now, it ain't really too much fear. It's like I'm starting to really, really hone in to the, if you got the wisdom that you need to have, you gonna know how to move when you need to move. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to have fear if you got knowledge of self and knowledge of what you need to have knowledge of. You only fearful because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But once you know, that fear gonna leave. You know what I'm talking about?
Most definite. And for those that are on, please, I hope you have your notepads out. This is most definitely something dope to take in tune with you. Now, my next question, I wanna go into retrospect a little bit with all your journeys and everything, all your decisions, even from quitting the job and everything. Do you feel in any of your decisions in the past something that you probably left behind, didn't do, could have been utilized now? Or do you feel everything you've done led you to this moment right now in preparation?
I think everything I done led me to right now. Everything. I'm talking about everything led me to where we are, me speaking to you right now. I wouldn't change nothing. I wouldn't change nothing. You hear me? Like everything that happened, it was lessons. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. It taught me a lot about myself, where I stood at, and what I needed to work on to build myself up even more. And I appreciate it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't regret nothing, man. I done met a lot of people on this journey. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't regret nothing.
I respect that. I respect that. So now, is the team fulfilled? You everything is in place that you need. You need nothing. You squared off on that, right?
I'm squared
Now,
off on
if there's people who want to collaborate with you, are you open for that, or right now you still just solidifying who you are?
I mean, I'm open for collab depending on who it is and what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm always open because, man, I'm a creative. You know what I'm saying? I'm always creating. My mind always working and moving. And if somebody got a vision that they see and it makes sense, then we might can do something for sure.
Got you.
Yeah.
Earlier in the conversation, we spoke about how social media could be a little overwhelming. We even spoke about how you had to like kind of take a break from that. How important is that now for you? Or are you still gonna approach social media with that kind of give and take, like, man, it's too much going on?
Nah. Right now, I'm gonna have to go full fledged. Like, I actually, because that's the time and day we in right now. You know what I'm saying? Social media is the thing. So even though I really didn't like social media like that, you got to learn to adapt. And that's one thing I've been learning, because I used to be real stubborn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning that as times change, you got to adapt with the times. You know what I'm saying? So you can stay ahead. So I'm like, man, I'm just take full advantage. And honestly, though, I kind of be having a mindset of like, I'm trying to create a different avenue with certain things too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to create a lane that start a whole wave of like, okay, this how artists do things now. I'm trying to be one of them artists that create a whole lane of how we go about distributing and marketing and all that. Like, I'm trying to be an inventor. You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's dope. Shout out to Mac Drama. He already put in the bookings. He's like, call the line. He's already on it. He's already on it, making sure that's how you burn the candle on both ends. While you doing that, he doing that. So take notes, y'all. That's how you do that. You most definitely do that. If you could give some advice to artists, especially in this climate with social media, even the struggles of trying to get a job or leave a job and do music and all that. If you could give advice to the artists, because we got tons of artists on, and I know on the app we have artists on right now. So if you could give that advice to them, what could you share with them to help them along in their journey?
I would say, first of all, like we was talking about with criticism, don't shy away from constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? If you're an artist and you're trying to develop and you're trying to grow, don't think you know it all. Be open to learn from people who know something you might not know. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the first things. The next thing I would say is, if you really trying to do this, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you trying to be the best at something and you're not putting in that work and that time, and you out trying to party all the time and you trying to do all this and you're not focused. You got to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna come with sacrifice. I had to cut off friends. I had to stop smoking and drinking and all that, you know what I'm saying, to get to where I'm at right now. So just know, if you really trying to do something, what are you willing to sacrifice to get that? You know what I'm saying?
Powerful. Mac Drama said, yo, he lit a fire under me. Isn't his energy powerful? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna stop on that cue right there. We know we're in the era of giving out flowers. We hearing it more often, but here on SHU Radio, by way of MJMG Presents, we like to give out honor, because flowers do die, but honor lasts forever. And I want to take this time to salute you, hearing your story of being well leveled-headed, but still facing the fears of the possibilities, taking the chance on yourself from quitting your job to pursue something, even right when the opportunity presented itself and you're sitting right before it. You didn't just dive in it with the fears of hoping it went with. You still put in what you didn't want. You still spoke up in the essence of you, maintaining who you are and what you stand for, and incorporating that into a situation. And with all that being said, brother, we just want to give you your honor and salute you on that. I've seen a lot of people get deals. I've seen a lot of people sit before deals, and I hear a lot of different things and different fears and what they would ask for and what they were worried about. And I haven't really heard one say, I didn't want to lose me. And that was kind of the first thing you said that really stuck out. That's probably the first time I ever heard any artist in a situation where they can do what they always wanted to, is get that situation and get that. And the first thing come to mind was, I don't want to lose me. So salute to you on that. Real talk, you know, as a music industry professional, as an artist, engineer, and all the above. I wear tons of hats. All the above. Salute to you. You are not only in a great situation and someone who's gonna push for you, but I truly believe you are also gonna help push and be that balance for the whole Brick Squad team as well. So salute to you on that. Do you got anything you want to say, shout out? You want to talk to that teacher who said you wasn't going to be nothing? And anything you want to say right now? I just want to give you the floor right now. Anything you want to share and say to the peoples out there?
Yeah, man. I want to say, first of all, shout out to my son, my little fella. You know what I'm saying? Much love to him, because he showed me a love that I didn't even know I had in me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So shout out to him, first of all. But yeah, man, I just want to say, man, for everybody out there, I ain't got nothing bad to say for the people that doubted me. You know, you doubted me, but you see me now, so that's cool.
Yes, sir.
But as far as anything else, man, I just want to tell people, man, just make sure that whatever you trying to do, you believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You be around other people that's feeding you and pouring in positive energy into you, because that matters who your circle is. Make sure your circle is cool, and if it ain't, you don't need no circle right now. You know what I'm talking about? And besides that, man, just live your life to the fullest, because you never know when your last day gonna be here. So take that chance, take that risk. Whatever you trying to do, it don't gotta be music. Whatever you trying to do that. Because if you don't do it, you never know if you could have did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't look at failure. You know what I'm saying? Failure is cool, because all failure is something that you tried and now you learned the lesson from it. You know what I'm saying?
Talk
So
about
I
it.
just say, whatever you trying to do, make sure you do it. But make sure that's what you want to do. Don't get influenced by all this different stuff out here. Do what you really led to do. Because if you're trying to do something that's not meant for you, you're going to have a lot of problems. But when you're doing something that's meant for you, your purpose, you're going to see how it flows. So that's how you know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, straight up. Mac Drama said, "Keep your circle small," and I used to say that a lot. But I think it's keep your circle strong. Keep your circle strong. I don't care if it's big, large, small, whatever it is. Keep your circle strong, because you can have a small circle that's toxic and no good to you. So keep your circle strong, because you're gonna face adversity, you're gonna face fear, you're gonna face difference of opinion. It's how you deal with that continues the growth.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
ask you a question that we never asked on the show. We never asked on the show, and I felt, because you give a lot of inspiration. You have a great head on your shoulders, and your perspective is very vital to growth. But if you had to give 3 important things that every artist, and I know it's hard to say every artist, but I'm gonna throw it in. I'm making it a little hard, because you batting 100 right now. And I know you're gonna hit the home run anyway. So if you had to give 3 things that are like very important for every artist, what would those 3 things you think are?
3 things for every artist. Okay. For one, the first thing I would say is stop comparing yourself to other artists. You know what I'm saying? Don't compare yourself to other artists. You know, one thing that I did when I first started doing music is I stopped listening to all music. I wanted to find out who was Almighty. So I stopped listening to all that stuff to get influenced, and I just harnessed me. You know what I'm saying? So one thing to grow as an artist, you can't be looking at other artists trying to mimic all these different artists. Just find out who you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I say. The second thing I would say is, when it comes to music, it's all about the emotion you evoke out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a feeling. It ain't just about what they hear, it's about what they feel. So make sure you believe what you're saying. A lot of artists be rapping stuff that's not even true to them, that they don't even believe, and it comes off in a delivery.
Yes,
So
indeed.
so as an artist, make sure you believe what you're saying and you present that so people can feel that. They need to feel that energy so they can connect to it, because emotions is what gonna make people remember what you just said. You know what I'm saying? So that's the second thing I say. And the third thing I say is what's the third thing I say? I mean, it's so many different things, but I just say this. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable and get outside your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they stay just in a box and they limit themselves, and then they don't grow as an artist. Don't be afraid to try different things, experiment with different things, especially when you're in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Just try different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you create a different sound. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone. I say that.
I love that. I love that. I had to throw that at you because you've been dropping gems all night. And we speak about this on our shows all the time, and I see you in the same vein, and I will say to Mac Drama, and I will say to the whole squad, you know, this is most definitely a situation that I could see flourishing into something magical for the future now and whatever's to come. So you are most definitely on this, man. Before I let you go, I just want to give you the floor one more time. If you got any shout outs, anything you want to clear and say, this is your moment to talk to the people.
Okay. Greetings, family. It is Almight-E coming straight from the STL, you know, home of the arts. You know what I'm talking about? I might be a little country, but I ain't no dummy. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, make sure y'all tap in with me. I'm going to be giving y'all all type of vibes, but not only that, I'm going to be feeding your spirit. You know what I'm talking about? That real soul food. You know what I'm talking about? So make sure y'all tap in, man. Follow me. It's going to be a great journey. Follow the squad. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot in store, and we gonna have some fun. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna have some fun. So, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to setting up some tours. So if you want me in your city, tap in with me, because I'm gonna give you a show. You know what I'm talking about? For real.
Get it. Let's get a round of applause on that one. That's right, he did a show right now. Like, he performed for us right now. I love it. I love it. That's what artistry is about. And like you said, when someone really lives in it and puts the energy that they have behind it, it's not only believable, but it's felt. And we feel you. So I want to salute you again. I want to salute the whole 1017 Brick Squad. Shout out to y'all. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm hearing. And I look forward to seeing what's next and what y'all cook up, my brother.
Yes, sir. And I also want to say this. And I feel like that would be rude. I thank you for having me on here, because you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? And I mess with your vibe. I feel like the connection is good. So I appreciate you, my brother, for having me up here, man. It's a blessing. You heard me?
Oh, man. Thank you. I really enjoy these conversations. I love bringing the humanization to the superpowers of us and just getting to the core of it. And you made it easy, brother. You made it easy. So thank you for joining us today, man. Thank you for jumping on MJMG Presents. And you have a blessing, beautiful, productive night, my brother.
You too, King.
Peace. All right, y'all. That was really dope. That was super dope. You know, I gotta give y'all the word of the day, right? Before we go into, we're gonna close it out with one more video. This song is called Free Us. But before we go into Free Us, if you did not get anything from tonight, this is one thing you could get from it. When you remain true to yourself, when you maintain and hold that essence beyond the fear, beyond the doubt, beyond the job, beyond the idea of making it and fame, and when you reach and you happily arrive to that moment and you can make that decision, don't put how and who you are second. There might be a negotiation. They said they took several months to negotiate, which means it's a give and take. But once you put who you are forward and put who you are on the table, and when they put whatever they want to put on the table, and you could wage against that, as long as it don't conflict with your core being, if it can add and grow, proceed. And don't ever doubt beyond the action. And I know that sounds fair. That sounds crazy. Do not doubt beyond the action. What I mean, keep taking your steps, even along your fear, because that's the only true way to assess bravery. In the midst of stepping forward in your fear, anything is possible. This man said last year he was doubting, wondering, damn, should I just go back and get a job? And now today before us, he sits as a signed artist. He said all the things that I want to have happen and come true have come true. Whatever that means to him, to hear that is beautiful. That is a song in itself. So I say that to everybody that's on. Keep stepping, y'all. Keep pushing. Keep being you along the way. Hold and maintain your values. And when that time presents itself, understand what you mean in that equation. I'm from Brooklyn. Shout out to MJMG Presents. Ms. J, love you. Shout out to everybody that's on the app. Glad we got the app rocking. I know people was missing out for a few shows. And a big shout out to everybody in the chat that was showing love, commenting. I saw some stuff going on, but the brother was so engaged and I was so engaged, so I saw a lot of stuff. But salute to y'all. Yo, Mac Drama, salute to you, man. I'm glad we was able to make this happen. So we're going to end the night right now. This is Almight-E with Free Us. Yeah, have a good night, y'all. Be safe and keep creative. Don't forget, keep moving forward.
It's a Ethnic Issue More TV.
SHU Studio, we get busy.
I ain't really liking how this contract looking. You hear me? Yeah, like, nah. I'm looking at it and yeah, you saying you wanna own all my masters? Nah.
The guys who want it all.
Now we don't work free, but we work cheap. Plantation is the workforce. Places keep us on our feet. Still working and he's 63. How he gonna eat? Jesus. His body hurting from the knee up. Out the game, but he wanna re-up. Now he yelling out, free us. He don't even know how to feel. If he quit a job, then he gotta steal. If he dealing drugs, get a lot of bills. If they try to rob, then he gotta kill. Feel like he's stuck in a trap. Make it worse, he black, so he face a lot of tears. But he won't give up, so he yelling out, free us. You out of your cotton picking mind if you think a nigga ain't tired. Fucking Thanksgiving and a Mayflower. Why they tryna dump us on the wayside? How the cops still walking free and they in the streets if they took 8 lives? Why the state patrol badge and the sheriff badge identical, same kind? Put a noose around our neck, hang time. Had us fighting for the mass and we still in the ring now. Yelling game time. Stripped the language, then gave us theirs and they get mad if we use slang now. Now everybody wanna care about the word, but the words carry pain now.